Well, I'm leaving the house now here in the north of Spain. Gonna go down the stairs. Okay, you can see there's a lot of cornfields around here. Okay, and anyway, this is the last day we'll be here. We've been here for 10 days now doing a workshop in the north of Spain because there's going to be a new SAT exam in 2023. This means nothing to you. It's a piece of shit. It absolutely has no impact on you, but for kids who are now in 11th or 12th grade, this is really big news. No more SAT on paper. No more cheating. The exam that a kid did in Israel 3 days ago, you cannot get it by, TikTok to take the exam 3 days later in Brooksville, Florida. Each exam will be randomly created by a computer, so there'll be very little way of cheating. You'll need a calculator, of course, and that's obligatory. And once again, there'll be very little reading. We're getting rid of that. The reading and the writing and the listening and the speaking, that's going to move over to the TOEFL exam. American kids don't need to take that. That's just for foreigners. But if you're a foreigner and you're preparing for the SAT, you can get me at Levi Hello on Skype. I've got all the information right there. Let's make sure that this camera's working. It is, okay. The big difference on the new SAT exam will be that it's only 2 hours and 10 or 15 minutes for all the questions. You'll be done. A lot of math. It's not the kind of math that the, in IGC or the SPE kids can do. It's the kind of math that kids can do very well. The kids you'd never expect them to do it well. I mean, very tricky questions, like a car is going north at 80 miles an hour, and an hour later another car goes at 90 miles an hour in the same direction. So the car that left first is going more slowly. The car that left second is going more quickly. Eventually, the car that left second is going to catch up to the first car. How many hours and minutes will it take until they catch up? Well, that's a pretty tricky problem for a lot of people, but that problem proves that you understand how to fight your way out of a paper bag. That's all they're looking for. SAT no longer gives a shit if you could do the quadratic fucking equation. Excuse my French, okay? And we're not interested if you can do the SOHCAHTOA and all that bullshit that you had to memorize in junior high school and high school. The questions now are more like, could you get your head out of a paper bag? Could you solve this problem? Do you know the difference between good and bad and wrong and right? That's it. Because a lot of kids can solve very complicated math problems, and but